Hi everybody, this is Deanna with Fern's Frills, and as you guys saw, I think it was yesterday, I did some ribbon embroidery in the middle of some of those beautiful these things. I don't even know what to call them. Rosette trim things. And they came out really cute, and I had already done these. This is just a little headband for, I'm making her a little dress. Just repurposed a little dolly, and it turned out really nice. I like the way the crochet worked, and it's crocheted all the way around, and then this is silk ribbon. Now this is the way it looks with silk ribbon. Real pretty, real soft. This is another dolly headband that I had made. Made me think of Miriam. So if you're out there, Miriam, hi. Because it's purple and black, and she loves purple. Okay, so, and this is for another dolly that I have, or I might give it to a friend for a baby deal. But now this is with satin ribbon, and if you notice, I do not have a center in this one. I'm going to put like a rhinestone center in that one. Okay, and then you saw the ones that I had, and I do apologize, I don't have that sitting right here to show you, but I'm going to do it, so you're going to see it in a minute anyway. Okay, so everybody wanted me to show you how I do the roses in the middle of these. First of all, I did get these at SA Crafters on her Zibbit store, and I will put the link down below. I just love her store. She's just really, it's just a really excellent place, and her stuff is good quality. It's not falling apart. You've got really good, it's just really good stuff. Okay, so what you do first of all is you need to prepare, of course, your flour. Now, it is perfectly fine to go very close. You do not want to go under and cut the stitching, but as long as you go to the other stitching, you're cool with this. And what I do is I pull it out. That way it's out there and stretches it, and it makes it a little bit easier to number one, to cut, and number two, to get really, really close. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but see, there's none showing now. Okay, so then we'll do this other, like I say, I pull it up like that. I pull it real taut, and then when you cut it, it bounces back over there, and you've got it well well done. Okay, so there we go, and looks nice. Don't have any of those little, this one I didn't get very good, but you don't have any of that showing, okay, on the outside. Now, as I said before, these are called spider roses, okay. Now this is just some little crochet thread, but actually this is more like quilting thread weight, okay, because it's size 80, which is quilting thread will work just fine, is what I'm trying to say. So, but if you use hand quilting thread, which is a heavyweight thread at the store, I would suggest using two strands, because it's just a little thin for this heavy gross grain ribbon that we're going to be using for this particular rose. And of course you knot your thread and you've doubled it. Okay, so now you need to make a spider on here. You come up through the middle, and these are really easy to do because they have the circular, all those circles around and around and around, and then they have like a 3 rows, I think it's about 3 rows that are flat, and then the outer one. So what you're going to do is you're going to come from the middle out to whichever flat one that you want. I like to go, I found the best for me was into the first one, and I'll show you that in a second because it kind of smashes down. So you start in the center, you go out, and so your thread's on the other side. You're going to come back up through the center again. Okay? Make sure you don't pull your flower in. And then you're going to go out, all the way back out to that ring. Okay? So you've got one leg of your spider here, and you've got one leg of your spider here. I know it's very hard to see. That's the reason why I'm laying my needle over it. Okay, now this one is going to come over here. And if you don't understand the spider part of it, I did make a spider rose tutorial a while back that is done with different color thread, but I really didn't want to do this with different color thread because then I would have to take the whole thing out, and yeah. Okay, so then you come up through the middle again. What you're doing is making a quote-unquote spider or a spoke of a wheel with five spokes. Okay, so when you are done, let's see if it'll focus on that. You're going to have your 5 pieces like a spider all the way out through there. Okay, so there's your little spider on there, and it's got to be 5. I suppose you could do 7 if you wanted to, but it's got to be an uneven number because it doesn't work if you don't. Okay, so once I get that done, I turn it over on the back, and I just take a little stitch here in the middle and kind of and then go through one more time just to kind of secure all that, because you're going to be tugging on these, so you want them kind of secure. Okay, now I'm going to leave this threaded regular needle, I'm going to leave it hanging on the back of here. You're going to see why in a second. Now you're going to use about 18 inches of your gross grain ribbon, and this is 3/8 of an inch, I believe is what they call it. Actually, it's 3/8, yeah. 3/8 inch size gross grain ribbon. Okay, so because this is not, and you use a large embroidery needle that does not have a sharp tip. The reason why you don't want a sharp tip on there is because you don't want it catching the material, and then you're trying to pull this great big piece of ribbon through material. We're not doing that, okay? So this is the way it is. Now, when I showed you how to do the silk ribbon, I showed you how that you take it, what in the world is on my deal? And you thread it back through here, and that makes your knot, so you don't have to worry about having, you know, a deal on there. I am not going to do that on this one. I'm going to, if you want to, you are perfectly welcome to do that. And it doesn't hurt anything. It just makes it a little bit harder with this heavyweight ribbon to manipulate it in and around those spokes. So that's the reason why I have chosen not to do that. Okay, so what you do is you're going to take your end down here, and you're going to place it kind of off to the side, in the middle, in between to those spokes. Lay this down, pick up your other piece, and you're just going to poke it through the ribbon, and what you're doing is you're securing the end of that ribbon. Okay? Alright, now this is a step that we did not do with the silk ribbon embroidery because it didn't need it, but this does. So this is, like I said, a different step. So what we're going to do is create the middle of your rosebud. So just however you want to do it, however it wants to do it, just curve it around there like that. You're going to grab your thread that's hanging out through there, and you're going to secure that again with just one little in and out. Now you can turn this to the back, kind of just secure it on there, because you no longer are going to go on the back. You're totally working on the front. My microwave is going off because I have something cooking, so I will be right back. Okay, so now you have the middle of your rose, roughly in the middle of your deal. It's not like it's terribly important. Okay, what we are going to do is, all there is to this is an under-over action. We're going to find the first spoke and go under it. Make sure, like I said, you're not trying to go through any of your material or anything, because that's going to be a real pain if you do that. Okay, now with this material, okay, you do not have to worry about this if you're using silk ribbon. Okay, but with this harder material, you're going to take this and you're going to twist it once. Okay, you're going to skip the next spoke, and go under the next spider leg that you created. Like I said, just tug on it. It's no big deal. Doesn't have to look like anything special at this moment, okay? And just kind of pull it kind of tight. Pull it up in there, okay? The next one, you're going to go over this one and under this one. So every single time, all you are doing is skipping one, going under the next one. So you're going to skip this one, go over here, go under this one. And if you had a sharp needle that you were trying to do this with, it would be constantly trying to, it would be constantly catching itself in the fabric here, and you don't want that. Because you can't pull it through, and you're working on top. This is a total work on top project. Okay, so this one I want it to turn. I don't want it to be like that, so I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to hold it there and pull through this. Now it looks like my thread's going through there, but that's just because of those fuzzies. This this needle is not going to go through that thread. I mean that material. Okay, so it's not looking like much yet, but you can see it's getting there. Okay, skip that one, go under this one. And as your rose gets bigger, you're going to notice that, see, like right here, see how that is sticking up there? I don't think I'm going to want that like that, but I'm going to leave it for now. But I don't want it way out there. I don't want it. It's just easier for me to do this. As your rose gets bigger, though, you notice that you don't see your spokes anymore very well. So you kind of have to dig for them. So you can see that one. You're going to go over that one, but you're going to go under this one under here. So you just got to go in there underneath everything, find it, pull it through. That's looking good. Okay, so under, let's see, is the next one? Nope. This is the next one. It's kind of far away, so we just pull it, go under this one. You just kind of finagle them as it gets bigger. You just kind of want to just play with them. And, oh, I'm sorry, I'm out of frame. Forgive me. Okay, so you go over the next one, and you got to find, go over that one. There's one in between here. Where is it? There it is. You see, I'm having to pull that up to find that. No big deal. These aren't going to go anywhere once you get them pulled around there. They're just like the petals on a flower. They're not going to come out or do anything strange. Okay? So, this is what we've got so far. And we keep doing this. We're going to go over this one. And see, this one I can't, this next one I can't see, so I'm going to have to reach underneath there and find it. Because I made it, and that's one thing, you either make it the color of your rose, or a very soft off color, which is what I did with mine. I just did an off-white so that you could see a little bit better. If you did this in white, it would be ridiculous trying to find. You just finagle these. I didn't like the way that was laying, so I'm twisting it. Okay. You would never be able to find them underneath there. So this time, this one, I want it to curl. I really do want it to curl. So I'm going to actually make a curl like that. Take this and, oops, lost my hook. But it's no big deal because it's big. So we're just going to rethread it back on there. And I'm going to hold that curve that I have made in this as I tug this through this piece that's underneath here that I have to find. Okay, I know you're there. Where I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. I hope this camera is focusing on this. I kind of have to have it close to my face in order to see it. So let's see here. There it is. Alright. I've still got a hold of that, but this is going to tug and do whatever it wants to do. But as long as I kept that, it's going to pretty much keep itself the way I wanted it. Okay. Alright, now this one, again, I am going to turn it so that these don't just continue to be flat or raise, either one. I want to kind of finagle them to twist. Now, if you get it twisted through there and it's standing up, I don't want mine standing up like that. I want it, at this stage, I want it to be kind of going out. Now, this is a matter of preference, and you're going to be, when you do them, you're going to have to decide, you know, how you like your flower to be. And you will see it is easy to finagle this the way that you want it. And sometimes they come out just fine just by going over and over and over. But see how that kind of went across my stuff? I don't want it doing that. I want it to come back over there and lay over there away from the stuff. So I am going to grab it and just play with it for a second until it gets off the rest of my rose. So now it's out there like a petal. Okay? That is all there is to it. You just go round and around, over and under, until you have a rose. And then I'm going to show you how to end it off, and you're going to secure it with that thread that you have on the back. Almost done here. I'm kind of at a weird angle. It's kind of taking me a little bit longer than what it would normally take me to do one. And almost at the end here, and I want to look at it. I'm going to take my needle off and just look at it here. Pull on it, prod on it, see if I like it, which I do like it a lot. Now this, I actually don't need my hook anymore for this particular part, because the big hook. Because now I am just going to lay this where I want it. Okay. I just want to lay it around there like this. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to pick up that needle that and thread that I've been laying back there. I'm going to take one little stitch underneath that's going to be covered up. And then this, I'm going to twist it around the way I want it. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to hold it. I'm going to tuck it under. Just tuck it under there. I'm going to take me a stitch. I didn't leave myself very much thread. Okay. And there we have it. We turn it over on the back, and we're going to tie off and make a knot because I didn't leave myself very much thread. I'm going to have to finagle that a little bit, but you just tie a knot. And there you have that beautiful rose in the middle of there. That's all there is to it, guys. I hope I showed it well. I hope the camera took it. If it didn't, I have 2 more I have to make anyway, and I'll do it again. Okay, guys, thanks.